What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wolf here for another classic review, and today I'm going to talk about Disney's adaptation to Charles Dickens' famous story, Mickey's Christmas Carol. First released by Walt Disney Production and by Buena Vista Distribution back in 16th of December 1983, and with reissue and later broadcast on NBC in December 10th actually, of 1984. And this was the first time that a Mickey Mouse feature was seen since the 1948 short Mickey. I think it was what we call Mickey. The short film, The Simple Things, from 1953. But yeah, before we begin, did you subscribe? Did you hit the bell? If so, you better be careful. You better check and see who's out your window. It could be Willie the Giant waiting to make you into roast pot beef. Ha! So yeah. Mickey's Christmas Carol, which we all remember, is an adaptation to Charles Dickens' famous story. And also, this was directed and produced by Bernie Madison, which of course is the same story as the Christmas Carol, but in the Mickey Mouse universe, which contained characters from Pinocchio, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, Robin Hood. That was released in 1973, which this film was released along a reissue of The Rescuers from 1977. The Mickey Mouse Christmas Carol was largely adapted from the 1974 Disneyland Records audio musical, an adaptation of Dickens' Christmas Carol. The musical features similar dialogues and similar cast characters. The film was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Animated Short, but lost to Jimmy Picker's Sunday in New York, which it was the first nomination for a Mickey Mouse short since Mickey and the Seal in 1948. As you know, it's the same like story, except you have the Disney characters taking the role. Like example, you have Scrooge McDuck playing the role of Ebenezer Scrooge, who is voiced by Alan Young. We have Wayne Allwine voicing being Mickey Mouse, playing the role of Bob Cratchit. And he ain't playing just Mickey, he's playing more, because he's playing also Otto, the beggar, who's a character from Robin Hood. He also does. No, wait, that's another one. My bad. Oh, wait, he does. He voices a weasel as well. One of the Gravediggers as well. We also have Hal Smith and Haynes Scroll as Goofy, which... why you need two characters to voice one character? I do not know. Who played the role of Jacob Marley, the ghost. Which, since one Goofy is a greedy person, I don't get it. But yeah. We have Eddie Carroll voicing the role of Jiminy Cricket. As you know, it was originally played by... I'll talk about what happened to the original cast because it'll go give you on. We have Will Ryans, who voices, well, a lot of people. He voices Willie the Giant and Pete, playing the role of the Ghost of Christmas Present and Future. He also does Molly, along with Hal Smith, who are two characters from Mr. Toad, as the Collectors of the Poor. He also does the Big Bad Wolf, who's collecting charity. Yeah, I'm not joking. We have Clarence Nash, doing the voice of Donald Duck. If you don't remember him, he's the original voice of Donald Duck. Well, the second. As well, and this was his last voice acting for Donald Duck because 2 years later, in 1985, he passed away because he's the only one out of the originals who reprised his role of the character because during production, it's a long one actually. I was playing the whole way because Nash was the only original voice actor in the film as Walt Disney, Pinto Colvig, who were the voice of Mickey Mouse, respectively, and Goofy, both passed away in 1960, while Bill Thompson, Edward Clift, aka Ukulele Ed, who was the voice of Jiminy Cricket, and Bill Thompson as Scrooge, and Billy Gilbert as Willie the Giant. If you remember him, he voices Willie in Fun and Fancy Free segment of Mickey and the Beanstalk, who was told the story by Edgar Bergen. When he saw him, he fainted. Which Mortimer said, well, it was his imagination. No. Damn, that was actually pretty funny right there. But which three of them passed away in 1971, while Billy Bletcher, the voice of Pete, the Big Bad Wolf, and the Headless Horseman. Yes, he was the voice of the Headless Horseman, the Laugh, in 1979. Which also marked the first time Alan Young does the voice of Scrooge McDuck, who also did the voice of the character in the musical album as well. Young will continue to primarily voice a character of McDuck, most notably in DuckTales, until his passing in 2016. As for the rest, we have Patricia Paris as Daisy Duck, playing the role of Isabel Bell from the story Scrooge's love interest. We have other characters that have no speaking roles, like Thaddeus Toad, Mr. Toad from The Wind of the Willow as Fezziwig, Minnie Mouse as Emily Cratchit, Millie and Melody Mouse as Martha Cratchit, Morty, Phil Mouse as Peter Cratchit, and Ferdy as Tiny Tim, voiced by Dick Billingsley. Also again, we have Hale Smith voicing the role of Ratty, and also again Will Ryan, as I said, Billy Mully, two characters from Mr. Toad as the Collectors of the Poor, and Wayne Allwine as Odo, the beggar from Robin Hood. We have Wayne Allwine again and Will Ryan again as the Weasels, who played the Gravediggers. As for extras, we have the Big Bad Wolf, again with Will Ryan as the charity collector, and the Three Little Pigs as curlers. At the party, we have Lady Cluck, Rabbit Children from Robin Hood, we have Uncle Waldo, Grandma Duck, Horse Collar, and Clarabelle Cow, which they haven't seen in a long time, and it was the first time these two appeared in a movie in a long time, because these characters are old. They feature in the 30s and the 40s with the old Mickey Mouse cartoons, these two. It was Blake Clarabelle was because Horse and Clarabelle are a couple. Goose, we have Gus Goose dancing with Clara Cluck. We have Angus McBagger dancing. We have Chip and Dale. If you don't know these two, scratch Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Before that, these two were assholes to Pluto in Pluto's Christmas Tree. Was a part of another segment because this feature before that they had three other cartoons like Donald's Snow Fight, Pluto's Christmas Tree, and The Art of Ice Skating, I think. We also have Huey, Dewey, and Louie decorating Christmas tree. We have Percy and Patricia Pig dancing. In the closing segment, we have Skippy Bunny and Toby Turner, who you might recognize. They're from Robin Hood. Who Skippy Bunny wants to be Robin, while Toby's like Little John. We have Mother Rabbit and Grandma Owl, who are also characters from Robin Hood. We have Patricia Pig chasing two of those three little wolves. We have Cyril Proudbottom pulling Donald's cart. As for the productions, which remember, like I said before, this was the first original Mickey Mouse theatrical cartoon produced in over 30 years, with the exception of the re-released Mickey had not appeared in a movie theater since the short Simpler Things back in 1903. The graveyard sequence was also the first time Disney tested the animated photo transfer process. Many additional characters seen in the film had also appeared in theatrical cartoons for several decades, such as, like I said before, Horsecollar and Clarabelle Cow. The film was also one of the final times Clarence voiced Donald Duck before his death in 1985, like I said, because the rest are dead. Like Walt Disney, Pinto Colvig, Bill Thompson, Ukulele Ed, Billy Gilbert, and Billy Bletcher. While Alan Young became the first to play Scrooge, to include DuckTales until his passing in 2016, like I said before. And in Rotten Tomatoes, it held the 100% approval rating, which was very cool. Film critic Larry Moulton, rather being pale attempt of obtaining the pass, he actually says the film was cleverly written, well staged, and animated with real spirit and a sense of fun. While Robin Allen stated that the film calls to mind the similarities between Walt Disney and Charles Dickens in terms of both works they produced and their work ethics. But, however, Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert at the movies gave it 2 thumbs down as they were both disappointed. Siskel felt there were not enough emphasis on the Mickey's character in spite of the title and did not rank with most Disney full-length animated features, while Ebert stated that the lack of magic and visuals animation that Disney people are famous for, that is, was a forced march through the Charles Dickens story without ironic spin. Colin Green reviewed Mickey's Christmas Carol for Image magazine and stated that it was surprisingly how entertaining this is, perhaps because it's actually a Scrooge McDuck movie, of course, and Mickey Mouse had a minor role as Bob Cratchit. During the releases, it was first released in the UK. It was a premiere back in October 20th, along with the reissue of The Jungle Book, released in 1967. It was released in the US on December 16th of 1983, with a Christmas 1983 reissue of The Rescuers from 1977. The broadcast had various television stations through the years. It started with NBC from 1984 to 1990, with 12 new additional sepia title cards illustrated by Michael Pereza Jr. to match the 12 he had done for the original film to help bridge the segments together. It went on to the air on the Disney Channel from 1987 to 1999, then 2002 to 2006, and CBS from 1991 to 1998. Occasionally on ABC from 2000, before moving permanently to the ABC family in 2001 to now. It was aired on Toon Disney in 2008. The run on ABC family included Winnie the Pooh's and Christmas 2, and was part of the 25 Days of Christmas, but with several erupted edits, including the chocolate pot roast with yogurt scene line from Willie the Giant and Marley tripping on the stairs and falling down, laying the famous Goofy holler, which, why? In Canada, it aired on the CBC, which is the Canada Broadcasting Channel, and has been aired every Christmas season since 1985. It typically airs on Sunday before Christmas. For many years, the short film would air on CBC as a 1-hour program, as mentioned below. In addition, Mickey's Christmas Carol would be shown unmatted in recent years. However, Mickey's Christmas Carol is only aired in a half-hour time slot in high-definition matted widescreen, presumably to be more suited for modern television screens. The aforementioned broadcast in the 80s and early 90s spanned a full hour, with first half consisting of the following older cartoon shorts, like I said: Donald Snow Fight, Pluto's Christmas Tree, and The Art of Skiing. My bad, I think. Each of the 4 term items in the program were preceded by the narrative wraparound segment in which one of the Disney cartoon characters like Donald, Pluto, Goofy, and Mickey, respectively, would talk about his favorite Christmas, thus leading into the cartoon question from 1988 to onward. The art scheme was excluded from the annual broadcast, replaced at the end of the hour by one segment or another. The 1993 telecast, for example, featured a behind-the-scenes featurette on The Nightmare Before Christmas. Later broadcasts simply reduced the time slot to half an hour, showing the special only. Yeah. This short film was featured in Disney's Magical Mirror, starring Mickey Mouse, and also a shot of Mickey holding Tiny Tim's crutch. It's also seen in the opening of Epic Mickey. As you know, there have been a lot. But yeah. The whole media is like a whole mess because they keep changing the ratios. Like, the original theatrical was 1.661 widescreen aspect ratio, but they cropped it to 1.33 version when they released the DVDs. And when it came to Blu-ray, they increased it to a 1.781 ratio widescreen, which featured heavy use of noise reduction. But yeah, to me, my first scene of this feature was when Scrooge is in the graveyard. You see him after when he's in the fog, he doesn't know where he is until he encounters the Ghost of Christmas Future, played by Pete. That's when he sees Mickey and Minnie, along with the other children. It turns out Tiny Tim is dead. They're dead. He's dead. And then that's when you see two weasels buried in the grave, which they mentioned no one came to his funeral. That's when Scrooge asks the spirit, "Whose lonely grave is this?" The specter lights a match, lets it near the grave, and turns out with this famous line, "Well, it's yours, Ebenezer Scrooge. Now get it!" Which, of course, came the most iconic climax right there. You see Scrooge hanging onto a root, and you see his coffin slowly opening, and it's actually a doorway to hell. You see the fire and embers glowing right there. You see Pete laughing right there. And remember, this ain't Billy Bletcher. Remember, he passed away in the 70s. This is actually Will Ryan doing Pete. And he does a pretty good Pete laugh, but remember, I can't remember Pete. Remember, the actor did. Remember, Billy Bletcher was the one who did the horseman laugh. And when you see that laugh, compared to this, let's try it. Well, it's yours, Ebenezer Scrooge. Now get it! Sorry, I can't do that voice. I'll try, but hey, I'll yank my voice again. But yeah, let me know what you think of Mickey's Christmas Carol. Did you like it? What was your first scene? Like I already mentioned before, this was my favorite scene. And if you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe, hit the bell, like this video, comment, and tell me where you've seen this. It also appeared in Mickey's Magical Christmas, noted in the House of Mouse, which, Donald as the Scrooge-like character when everybody's trapped in the House of Mouse. But yeah, let me know what you think of this special, and until then, I'll see you next time, people. Peace out.